Albania's president has cancelled upcoming local elections after a further weekend of protest and violence. Demonstrators have been calling for the resignation of the Prime Minister Edi Rama, who's at the centre of a corruption scandal. He's rejected cancelling the elections. This was the 8th nationwide protest since February. Well, joining us now for The View from Tirana is Ernest Bungeri, correspondent with Euronews Albania. Ernest, good to see you there. How's this decision to cancel the election scheduled for the end of June gone down with the opposition, as well as with the Prime Minister Edi Rama himself?
Yes, hello. What happened, in fact, is that moments before the last protest of the opposition on Saturday, the president of the country announced that he had taken the decision to cancel the elections. And he said 2 days ago that he did this to calm down a little bit this political polarization, to avoid any clashes, any problems in Albania, and to also give the opportunity to parties to sit down and maybe find a solution to this political crisis. This move was immediately welcomed by the leader of the opposition, Mr. Lulzim Basha, who said that this is a first step, or he called it an achievement of the protest that the opposition has been organizing. While on the side of the Prime Minister Edi Rama, he said that this proposal, it's null legally, and he also called this move from the president as a political suicidal. Now, in just 30 minutes, in fact, the president of the country has announced that he will do a press conference when he will explain the legal part or the constitutional part of this decision.
Ernest, Brussels, of course, has been watching these events very closely, and with EU accession talks perhaps on the horizon. Are there any signs that these demonstrations, could be harming that process?
What happens is that it's not only Brussels, but also Washington, which are really closely following what is happening in Albania. In fact, they consider the actual government legitimate. They have called the opposition to sit down constructively together with the government and to find a solution. They, of course, have nothing against protests, which are peaceful, because this is normal in democracy, but everybody condemns the violence. And they go also very far when they say that if people in Albania will try to do something or to harm the elections, then they will have also consequences to move freely in Europe or in the United States.
Now, Ernest, these demonstrations have been going on for weeks. Are they set to continue now?
They set to continue for the moment. In fact, they started in February when the parties of the opposition, they relinquished their parliamentary mandates. They announced the boycott of the local elections under their request, as you said before, they asked to the government to go down because they accuse the actual government of electoral fraud, corruption, and they want the Prime Minister to go before to sit down and find any solution to this crisis. But this is not accepted by the government, which again considers that they are legitimate government and they want to continue with the elections, as the opposition has announced that they will continue with the protests.